Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And this video is going viral on X. Did Scaramucci confirm that the Ripple XRP case was resolved last week? Take a listen and I'll give you my thoughts.
So let's take him out of the equation then. We have Atkins at the SEC, right? Likely. And we've already seen now what the SEC is doing. It actually, we're recording here on Thursday, February 27th. And as we're recording, the SEC just dropped their case against Consensus. I don't know if you saw that, but in a week when they've also dropped against Robinhood, Uniswap, Gemini, Coinbase last week. So
Ripple.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, we know that the SEC...
I'm hoping they drop the case against Kraken because I'm tight with those guys and I like those.
So a lot of people said he said that by mistake. And other people said, why would he repeat the same mistake twice? And maybe he knows something we don't know. But honestly, that case really does not matter anymore. We now have XRP as part of a reserve. But I want to give you the news that we have up until this point. Jeremy Hogan says this: the delay in settling Ripple's case, as pointed out by James below, is likely the injunction in Judge Torres' judgment. The court enjoined Ripple from basically making sales directly to customers. There are workarounds for that, but obviously Ripple would rather not have that injunction at all. So assuming the SEC is willing to work on this with them, the issue is this: once a court issues an injunction, the parties themselves can't simply agree between them to disregard the injunction. Trust me, many men have gotten into legal trouble by thinking that since they got back with their girlfriend, they could have ignored the restraining order, which is a type of injunction against being within 200 feet of her. So how do you resolve an injunction? It's not simple, which is why I think the case doesn't resolve until April to May, whereas all these other cases have already been dismissed. Now, because the president just included XRP in a reserve, a lot of people think this is going to wrap up within the next week or so. Honestly, this could go in any direction right now, in my opinion. Things can change very fast. So let's wait and see how this all plays out. I don't think it's going to continue into April or May. Let's hope it gets wrapped up inside of March. Black Swan Capitalist says, was the plan all along for XRP to evolve from a payment currency into a global reserve digital currency and asset? It seems the agenda never changed, but the public narrative did. Take a listen to what Brad said back then. I think this goes all the way back to like 2017 or 2018.
This is a question regarding XRapid. So it seems, according to your explanation, XRapid would use XRPs as a part of the transaction. Do you think that the existing issued 100 billion XRPs will be enough to cover once the XRapid service scales to a global full scale, or would there be a shortage?
Well, so when XRP was created, this actually was created before Ripple existed. The creators of XRP decided there'd be 100 billion units because they saw it as rather than having a smaller number with a very high price, they saw it as something they wanted to be effectively a global reserve currency. I think the opportunity, well, there never will be more than 100 billion XRP. All the XRP that have ever been created have been created.
So he says it was created to be a world's reserve currency. But what about RLUSD now? We didn't have that back then. I think RLUSD would become the reserve currency and XRP would remain as the bridge currency, bridging the world's reserve currency. That's my thinking on this. I always stayed focused on the fact that XRP would become the world's bridge currency, bridging all the world's currencies together. And back then, we didn't have tokenization either. So think about that. Now, all of a sudden, XRP has to bridge all of that value as well, because it could move anything of value. It could move tokenized oil, tokenized gold, a tokenized Lambo, and so on. And, now that this reserve asset, that they're creating, the crypto reserve, all of a sudden, Bitcoin Maxis are once again on the defensive, and they're out there just fighting with the XRP army. Listen to this post right here. I get that Donald Trump is trying to focus on American-made cryptos, but XRP is trash, and we should be focused on Bitcoin. Think about thinking that way. I look at the Bitcoin Maxis as a cult. Even Michael Saylor cannot get past the fact that XRP is not a security. This comes from Corey Bates. We were promised a Bitcoin president and instead got a full-blown degenerate. Bitcoiner and shitcoiner. Can you imagine talking like that about the president of the United States, which is actually pro-crypto, that wants to see innovation push ahead in the United States, wants to create the U.S. into a massive crypto hub of the world, and yet these Bitcoin Maxis only care about Bitcoin. And they even want to dictate how much Bitcoin and how much other assets are held in that reserve. The strategic crypto reserve should be market weighed, like the S&P 500, excluding foreign coins. Well, they should just exclude Bitcoin then. It's China controlled. And exclude stables as well. Here are my ways. Bitcoin 75%, Ethereum 12.4%, XRP 5.7%, Solana 3.1%, Doge 1.4%, Cardano ADA 1 point, Litecoin 0.4%, AVAX 0.4%, DOT 0.4%, Atom 0.3%. At least they gave XRP 5.7%. But imagine dictating how much of each cryptocurrency should go into that reserve. Here's the way I look at it. I'm surprised Donald Trump even included Bitcoin in that reserve to begin with. And I think it only came under pressure from some billionaires that are most likely have the president's ear. But, going forward, we are going to find out how much of each cryptocurrency is going to be held by the U.S. government. And even Bill Morgan tried to set the record straight. So Will Baxter says the U.S. government using taxpayer money to buy XRP, an asset where Ripple controls over 50% of the circulating supply, is pure insanity. They don't even understand how much XRP is held by Ripple at this point. Bill Morgan says, maybe the person advising him is a little more up to date than you. The amount of XRP in escrow is now down to 37.62%, and the circulating supply is 62.33%. Ripple has a small percentage of the 62.33% circulating supply. Stop lying. Trump is too smart to accept your 2017 era anti-XRP FUD. Save it for your Bitcoin Maxi sheep. Every single one of them spew the same exact FUD. It's almost like a cult, like they were brainwashed to say specific things. They always said the XRP army was a cult. I always called it a family. I don't care that the U.S. government's going to hold Bitcoin. If they want to hold it, let them hold it. That's the way I look at it. Hopefully, some Bitcoin retail investors make some money off of it. The working guy who's out there buying Bitcoin because maybe he got convinced that Bitcoin is the future. Maybe he was convinced by friends that Bitcoin is up only. Hopefully they make a lot of money off of this. You know, but we always wanted a level playing field, and that is what we got. But this fight is never gonna stop. It's gonna continue on now. They're all afraid of XRP becoming the #1 cryptocurrency. That's what this all comes down to. They don't really care that XRP is part of the reserve. They are afraid of a level playing field, because in a level playing field, XRP always comes out as a top performer. Notice how Trump called it a strategic reserve and not a stockpile. And I said, here's why. Reserve assets are a country's foreign assets that are easily accessible to its monetary authorities. They are used to balance payments, regulate exchange rates, and maintain confidence in the currency. What are reserve assets made up of? Foreign currency cash, foreign currency securities, deposits abroad, monetary gold, SDRs, reserve position in the fund. How are reserve assets used? To finance or absorb payment imbalances, to regulate the size of payment imbalances, to intervene in exchange markets to affect the currency exchange rate, to maintain confidence in the currency. Why are reserve assets important? They are a key part of balance of payment statistics. They are an essential part of analyzing a country's external position. They are the basis of a country's ability to deal with imbalances. Now, remember a couple of months ago, I was talking about XRP possibly becoming an ESDR. The IMF has actually talked about that in the past. Does this put XRP on the path to becoming an ESDR? Will the US use XRP inside of payments going out to other countries? In other words, the US having to send money around the world. But the fact that Trump called it a reserve instead of a stockpile, there's a difference there. And a lot of people didn't notice that when he said it. And I think the stockpile was more around Bitcoin. Just buy it and hold it in a stockpile. But if you're utilizing a cryptocurrency like XRP on a daily basis by the US government, that's going to push the price much higher. It would end up inside of a massive liquidity pool. And Zach Rector said this: Ripple is the only company that can afford to give away a significant amount of tokens to the strategic reserve for free. Trump and Treasury can do this deal without taking on any risk. And you know, Ripple is in that position. If they were to have the unlock happen of 1 billion XRP, Ripple can actually give that XRP to the US government. It would help the US government maintain the US dollar as the world's reserve currency as well. It would actually be utilized for its use case. And here's something I wanted to point out a couple of days ago. This is the XRP Ledger. Now, there's a lot of talk about putting the government on blockchain. So when you look at the XRP Ledger, it has a native DEX, first on-chain DEX in the world, trading and moving tokens anywhere in seconds with competitive liquidity. Issued access, ability to represent digital currencies, legal obligations, fungible tokens, and other asset classes on the ledger. Non-fungible tokens, implements non-fungible tokens with built-in royalties where all trades handled by the DEX. Automated market maker, liquidity pools, bring yielding assets to the ledger as well as the ability to provide liquidity on your tokens. Advanced payments, use advanced payment capabilities like escrow and checks to build smart applications without smart contracts. Token asset controls, controls for token issuers and holders to enhance security and regulatory compliance. Now imagine bringing the US government onto the XRP ledger. That would absolutely be a game changer. This would change everything going forward. We would have a fully transparent US government. Think about that. Also, think about moving payments, US government payments, over the XRP ledger, utilizing RLUSD and XRP. This could be the path that we're on. And Rowan Exchange pointed this out. XRP is digital gold. It has all the properties of gold: scarce, divisible, durable, portable, fungible, recognizable, and it's a store of value. Don't be fooled by legacy narratives designed to program your way of thinking. You have a mind of your own. Set the record straight. XRP is the evolution and the revolution of value. Right now, everybody keeps saying Bitcoin is always going to be digital gold. It's not. It's losing that narrative. It's losing every single narrative right now. Store of value. Institutions are now looking at XRP as a good store of value. It's the same reason that they want to create those XRP ETFs, because institutions want this cryptocurrency. They want to have access to it, but they don't go and buy the actual token. I just can't get over that, you know? But every single narrative for Bitcoin is now shifting towards XRP. I've been pointing it out all along the way. I don't know what's going to happen going forward. I know this. Everything is pointing at XRP. Everything. And people still do not see it. I don't get it. You know, we even had partners of Ripple along the way come and make videos how they're talking about moving value on a daily basis, fast and cheap. And people still don't see the value in XRP. They would still rather hold Bitcoin and say that it's going to get mass adoption at some point in the future. We don't even know what the 4-year cycle is going to look like 4 years from now. Utility can break the 4-year cycle. You got to position yourself in the future. XRP is the future. And until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.